I'm alive. I might try putting some tea tree oil right here because I do actually think that is a... I think this is the moldies. Because today, let me tell you what happened today. Ooh, I had a great day today. First of all, let me start out. This is not an advertisement. It's not sponsored or anything. It is an advertisement. Not sponsored, though. These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. So, I love me an Otter Pop, and I always have. And an Otter Pop is something that I will eat that contains ingredients. I can pronounce them, but I don't necessarily agree with them. I think sodium benzoate is a shelf stabilizer, which is what allows Otter Pops to just sit in that bag forever. These, I don't think they have it. Pretty sure it's all natural. It's just like fruit puree. This one is a mango orange. This is the best one out of the bunch that I have. They're all good, but as far as like freezing texture, the other ones, like on the route home, because they defrosted and refroze, they're like, some of them are a little like crystally. These ones maintain their texture, so when you eat it, it's still very good. Like mango makes a really good smoothie. Oh my god, every bite, delicious. This is something I highly agree with, and I can't believe it took me so long to get them. So if you see these in the store, do not pass them up. Get the fucking bag, and every one you eat, you're gonna be like, this is like my 10th one today, and I don't feel bad about it because it's organic juice. A little bit too much sugar, maybe a little bit. It's like, it's natural sugar, and a little bit too much fiber. I need to stop eating them and just drink a fruit juice if I want fruit juice that bad. But these are so fucking good when it's hot. Go and get you some. Okay? I want these to sell out in the store so I can't find them anymore. Not really, but I want everyone to enjoy it. Oh my gosh, it's just like eating a fucking mango that's ice cold. It's so good. What I wanted to say also is I was at Costco today buying cleaning supplies. So I can do a list. I was going to do like a walkthrough of my Costco unboxing, since I have neighbors that like to appear every time I bring home shit because they want to see what the fuck it is I'm bringing in. The stinky neighbor has had her apartment, I believe this is the second time she's having her apartment remediated or what, abatement, mold remediation, either one. When they put the lockbox on the door, that means the tenant's coming back. So she's gone for now while they clean her apartment, which means her apartment was worse than mine because they're not doing anything about mine yet. They're still trying to make me think that it's my fault, and it's not. If they're cleaning her apartment, that means that her apartment is what has more mold. It's more, like, and this is the second time there's an issue in there. It's either her or her apartment. I have a feeling it's her, because now that she's not here, all the creepy, weird, drug addict looking people have left. So she's gone, and so are all the drug addicts, and so are all the people in the hallway that sit on the stairs and hang out in the building and leave a mess in the hallway. So I don't know if that was the chop house. I do. But anyways, that stinky neighbor's gone for now. I remember the last time she had her apartment done, and I didn't think it was the same person, but I remembered it was like a bigger redhead girl. When I say bigger, I mean bigger than me. This girl's like kind of this. It may not be the same girl, but I'm pretty sure it is. I can't imagine that there's two redheaded girls that have had to sit with their door open and clean their apartment and shit. But the first time, it didn't smell like stinky. The first time, it was just like abhorrently messy. She was clutter queen, and I think that she just had too much stuff and didn't have a way of storing it. I have too much stuff, but I have a way of storing it so I can access everything. And that's why I think that they are trying to make it look like I'm the problem, but I'm not. I'm still able to function. I went to the fucking grocery store today, brought back my groceries and shit. I'm still able to eat. I'm still able to cook. My shit's still clean relatively. My mold spore skirt, demo skirt, what do you call it? Petri dish skirt. It's hanging in the hallway. So today, as I was unloading my shopping cart, I had to pass it while I was sweaty before I was able to take a shower, and I brushed up against it several times. So we'll see if, as the humidity, if and when humidity arises over 50%, we'll see if the mold spore petri dish skirt starts growing mold. If that skirt starts growing mold simply by me brushing my shoulder against it, that has a lot to say about how contagious mold is, because that skirt's been hanging in my apartment now in that position for more than 2 weeks. And the only time that there's been any suspected mold was directly after, it was the same day that Drake Real Estate Management Company came in to use their moisture meter to see if the wall and floor are wet. They didn't do any kind of mold testing. I had to do the mold testing myself. So, I'm going to send those results to the county, and when the county says, did they comply? It's no, there's still fucking mold here. I just did the test. I might have one more of these. This is literally like my 10th one. I may even go back to Costco tomorrow and get a whole nother bag of these just to have extra on deck, because we don't know when I got to check the weather and see when the heat's going to come back. But these will calm your fucking ass down. I did. I built all these myself. I think if I check my Lego account, which some of my stalkers might have access to, it's like 50,000 Lego pieces or more. It's too many. I have to get rid of them. It's more than that also because I have pab wall Legos. So I just got to get rid of them all. It was the stupidest thing ever, buying a fucking bunch of Legos. Because that's what makes it hard to clean. You can't move that shit around. It's dusty as fuck. It was a hobby that I picked up from a former employer who gifted out of guilt. So when I say gifted out of guilt, it was like ridiculous gifts. Like, I don't know how much money she made or if she just likes shopping. But I've never received so many gifts, like so many gifts. I don't need all that bullshit. I have way too much bullshit in my apartment. I don't need all that bullshit. Matter of fact, I'm going to go through my shit and get rid of that shit because I almost feel like it was intentional. I almost know it was. In order to create the situation that we have today where the rental company thinks they're going to blame me for having a messy apartment. So that lends towards conspiracy, which is what I'm trying to prove, and God forbid they give it to me. So yeah, the girl who's getting her apartment remediated, and you know who else got theirs? Jalen, the back neighbor right here, the one that I suspect of having accessed my router, or at least pretending like he did. The same kid that was posted in surveillance mode outside the Verizon store when I went to go change my SIM card. Yeah, his apartment, he had the lockbox on, and I believe that was for either remediation or abatement, because his apartment is directly outside of the laundry room, which Stinky apartment has to use, which everybody, if they use it, uses. So that would be the reason that his apartment caught the mold, because they have to walk directly back and like pretty much into his apartment. You are funny, Ricardo. You need more bullshit at your place. That is hilarious. I like it when people can be funny about their trolling. As I was leaving, where was I today? I went to the Venice Beach car show today. This is to tell you how my life has not changed. They tried to get me this morning with the fucking V2K and the bullshit fucking like abnormal traffic routines. So I just let them know I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about shit. If you want to get in my way, you get in my way. That's your fault. Oopsie. I do my best to stay out of people's way, so there are no oopsies. If you want to get in my way, motherfucking black mold. Let me tell you what happened to my ankle today. If you are really curious about how fucking toxic black mold is and how contagious it is. I had a pair of shoes that I thought was mold free, and I packed them up and I wore my mold spore hallway sandals out the building. And when I got to my car, I went to put on my supposedly mold free, it's a pair of Nike Air Max with the full air bubble bottoms. So a couple $100 on those shoes, right? It's Nike Happy Nike Day Air Max. It's a special edition, and I have the whole line. It was like 6 different pairs of shoes, and I got them all. So I'm not a shoe collector. I just like that particular colorway. And I put on the shoes. Before I put on the shoes, I noticed like, oh shit. I should show you, but I don't feel like getting up right now. I was like, oh shit, that's motherfucking mold. And where it is, it's like, you're supposed to wear socks with your shoes, and that's where I fucked up. I didn't wear socks with my shoes today, and I saw the little moldy spot, but I thought, no, I don't smoke weed anymore. I thought that I was going to be okay just squirting it with the vinegar and waiting 30 minutes for the mold to go away, die, and clear. They are really cool, except for these ones I popped the air bubble because I went to a track meet that had little spiky things, and it popped the air bubble in my Air Max. So they're just like whatevers. When I was wearing them, I wore them from the time I got in my car. I went to the post office, went to the beach, went to Costco. When I walked out of Costco, I looked down at my ankle, and I had like a crusty patch. That's black mold. So from the time of like from 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning until like 6 p.m., the shoes that I was wearing forced mold to grow on my ankle. One of them didn't. One of them, the vinegar worked to keep the shit from growing, like killed all the spores. But the other one was reacting to sweat and oils in my body, and it's on my surgery foot too, so that's kind of dangerous. It's reacting to sweat and oils in my body, and it grew up my ankle. And right now, I have tea tree oil on it. Tea tree oil. This right here, I made this myself. Let me see. I didn't put the ingredients on it, but I believe that it is. It's a lot of tea tree oil, and I think I used shea butter, I want to say, with it. So that's on my ankle. This is my foot balm. I normally put this on my cracked, crusty, dry feet on the bottom, and that's probably why my feet are okay. They're not totally wrecked by just the amount of fucking mold in my apartment. But that makes me think that this is the mold on my ankle is what makes me think that this is also mold on my face. So there's certain people like that have knowledge of my situation, my house living situation, right? Look at my apartment. If I had mold in here, it would be on the couch. It would be on everything. It would be on my shirt. It would be on everything. When I find it, like similar to the spots that I found in my shoe, that's where it was on like a spot where oil and dirt get, and then that part of the shoe was exposed, right? So I don't know exactly how it got there, why it got there, what made it go onto my shoes, but I put on these shoes. It's not on the outside, it's on the inside. It's feeding off of like skin cells, dead skin cells. So it's not because I'm dirty. It's just mold is attracted to fucking oils. The shoes are clean as fuck. I clean the soles of them. They're brand new. I switch my shoes. I rotate them. The shoes I wear are like the nastiest shoes that I wear every day. And I have a bunch of shoes that I don't necessarily wear. And that's one of the pairs that I didn't necessarily wear. But I recently removed from its shoebox because I was afraid that the shoebox had mold on it. So shoes have mold, definitely. And that means I have to go through. I pulled something out of my closet. It's like a dress I wanted to wear today, or a pantsuit I wanted to wear. And I'm so thankful that before I put it on my body, I hit that shit with the motherfucking black light. And I got to see, I got to throw that away. If I don't throw it away, I have to wash it immediately. I don't have time for that. I have too many clothes, so I just have to throw it away. It's a loss. My clothes are handmade. I custom make my clothes to fit me. I've actually lost a lot of weight. At my heaviest, I was a size 12. I'm now maybe a size 6, on my way down to a size 4 because I eat well, and I'm still going out and getting like daily exercise. So my daily exercise today was walking to pick up my car, and then I walked around the car show in Venice. I have to remind myself, I don't feel nasty because I know mold is naturally occurring. But when it's growing on your body, oh my God, that feels nasty. It does feel nasty. But I'm telling people this to let them know that mold is present in my house. I have 2 neighbors I believe to already have had their abatement or remediation started. The company is trying to deny mine because they want my shit to fill up with mold, and it hasn't, and they're just waiting for me to have to. I will throw out all this shit. I don't care. I'm not worried about it. So all you're doing is you're fucking around to find out if you can kill me. The rental company is thinking that as it takes over my belongings, it's going to start affecting my mental ability, my health, and then eventually kill me. And then they get away with murder and they get what they want. It is not going to happen. Today I picked up 2 more gallons of vinegar. So we're going to be soaking and cleaning. I have hydrogen peroxide. I have isopropyl alcohol. I have baking soda. We are not going to go out without a motherfucking fight. My dad had other kids, sure. I don't know, whatever. I don't think so. Not that I know of. Not that he knows of. Maybe we are. You should get a blood test or whatever. I don't know. But the apartment company, regardless of how much stuff I have in here, regardless of stale air or whatever, the floor has to be fixed. The subfloor, it is called a sole plate. I know exactly what's wrong. So if I'm telling them what's wrong and then I die and then someone watches this video and they're living in this apartment and they realize that's the issue, or this apartment ever has documented repair of a sole plate before they tear the fucking building down, that's murder. They murdered me. So please pay close attention. Please remember my name. Remember the name of the rental company. Right now they have current litigation in Santa Monica courthouse for the same exact fucking plumbing issues. And they try to blame their tenants. They try to set it up in a way to blame their tenants. It's not just fucking move. I've lived here 11 years. They gave this to me. They have to pay me to move. I've lived here 11 years. It's $27,000 to relocate me. They have to pay it. I'm not just moving and losing all my shit. Those 2 things are not going to happen. If I move, they're paying me $30,000 to do so. That's it. 27.8 or whatever it is. They just posted the Los Angeles Health Department thing that shows however long your tenure is at the apartment. So 2 years is like $3,000. 10 years, it's 27,000 motherfucking dollars. If I have to lose all my shit for them to pay me, if I have to die, it's a principle thing. It's not easy to just move my shit. I can't move my shit. It all has mold. There's no way I'm taking this shit out of here and putting it somewhere else. Fuck that. So no, thank you. I'll sit here. I'll die over it. Petty as a motherfucker. We're all going to die eventually. If I die, it means I don't have to pay back the taxes that I owe. I don't have to pay off the credit cards that I owe. I'm not worried about it. They need to pay for it. A murder on their hands, I'd love that for them. I'm not worried about it. No, you need to get out my comments if you're going to tell me to calm down. You came here. So anyways, like I said, let's go back to good things and healthy things. When I was at Costco, I did notice, because I pay attention to what people shop and buy, a little judgy, but not too bad. I am very judgy because I want people to be healthy. So when I see shopping carts full of bullshit, I don't try to let them know. It's not any of my business to let them know. But when I see a shopping cart full of bullshit, it tells me a lot about how the person lives. Excuse me, I have to put all my pens away. It tells me a lot about how the person lives. It tells me a little bit about how their brain works. Because the foods that you eat affect how your brain functions. So if you're eating a lot of bullshit food, you're going to be out there doing bullshit. It's more likely that you're one of the people stalking me. If your shopping cart is full of bullshit, it's almost guaranteed that you're one of the people stalking me. So like today, I noticed in line, I got behind healthy eaters. And what I suspect is they are also aware of a mold situation. It may not be the same as mine, or they just may be clean people. But the lady, or if she's part of the network, she has a high IQ because she was able to make conversation with me by asking me where I got the vinegar, because I bought 2 gallons of vinegar. So she made it so that she was in line. I was able to get in line behind her because it was one of the shortest lines. And she was able to get the voice file or whatever. If she was one of them, she has a high IQ because I pick and choose who I talk to. I'm not radio silent. If I can tell that you're a nasty person, I'm not saying shit to you. You can talk to me as much as you want. it's not doing anything to my cognitive motherfucking shit. I'm not worried about making conversation with people I don't want to. Imagine being on the other end of that and trying to talk to somebody, you're told to talk to somebody, you're told to force contact with someone, and they absolutely will not. That's going to make your brain fucking short circuit, and you're going to go haywire, and you're going to wonder. It's going to make somebody who's insecure feel more insecure, and that's the whole point of their network. So what it's doing is not affecting me, it's affecting you. It's affecting you a whole lot more than it's affecting me. So anyways, the lady in the store in front of me, you can tell she's a healthy eater and she's clean based off of what was in her shopping cart. When I see other people, like there was another, when I was checking out, I went to get food, and that's when I noticed the mold on my ankle. I was like, God damn, there's motherfucking, that's mold from my shoe on my ankle. Whatchamacallit, when I was in line, I noticed the man next to me, he's like semi-healthy, but he had some kind of junky snacks. And then I realized he has kids. His kids have to go to school. They need snacks for school. So that's like the extent. It's okay to allow yourself some bullshit and some junk. It wasn't too bad. And it wasn't anything to be like overly concerned about. Not that I'm concerned about it, but a little bit, like I want everyone to be healthy. But what I noticed in general overall, because I do look every time when when you're checking out and they're checking your receipt, I don't know if it's necessarily the people in Venice are more healthy, but I definitely noticed it's like a theme, or it's trending. People are eating healthier now, and I wonder if it has anything to do with me being a viral wire and people finding out that I'm not as nasty as they thought I was, and that I actually do care about my health and I do eat healthy. I think people have lately started reading ingredients. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I am aware of it, and it makes me happy. It makes me really happy to see people giving a shit about what they put in their body. It makes your brain work better. If I can survive mold simply by eating healthy, so be it. And that I think that is what is going to be the end result. I eat superfoods. So what does this say? What does this say? Superfruit may not necessarily be a superfood, an actual superfood, but compared to the bullshit, like the Otter Pops that I was eating. And then I just went and looked on Amazon. Amazon has Otter Pops make natural no dye Otter Pops now. You know how the Otter Pops make my tongue like green or purple or red or whatever color they are? So I found Otter Pops that don't have color. So they still have sodium benzoate, I believe, but the really bad dyes have been taken out. So I feel like over the next 5 years, our foods, because people have stopped buying shit food, the companies have noticed, and they are now going to be forced to turn their recipes around, their ingredients around, and they're now going to be forced to give us food that allows us to be a little bit more healthy. Otherwise, they're not going to be in business anymore, because people know they can just go to the grocery store and actually get real fruit and real food and real shit with limited ingredients. It is okay to live off of limited ingredient. When I've come across a food, it doesn't make me upset to not find my favorite foods. It just allows me to eat even cleaner, because my favorite foods, oh, that's the lights. That's this. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This sometimes doesn't work. And that is because they're trying to get people in the hallway to get in my way. So when this doesn't work, they're doing like a DNS attack on my wireless devices that keep this from working. So, like, you can't fuck with me anymore. You really can't, because I'm going to tell all your secrets to everybody, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know this is what was going on. It is. And then let's bring it back to fucking, if you want to talk about, I am, what do you call it? A little, what I consider psychic. And what I mean by that, I don't necessarily, here, I'm going to turn this off for a second. I don't necessarily think that I am psychic in a sense of I can tell the future or read the future or predict things. I think that my pattern recognition allows me to sidestep nefarious intent. And that means, like, I can tell when I'm being set up. So right now I'm just gonna have a fruit juicy. How about that? We're gonna have a motherfucking A kombucha. Eh? Eh. Should I put it on ice? I want to. Here, I'm gonna give me a second while I wash out my cup. You're gonna hear ASMR of me running the fucking water through my cup and the soap and the sponge. Where is my sponge? Here it is. Is it stinky? No. It's not stinky because it's not a sponge. It's just a mesh sheet. It's a wire mesh sheet that I use to clean my shit. So, as I clean out my shit, before I put my drink in it, because I would like to have an icy juicy drink. Whatchamacallit? We have to do better, and I wonder if it does have anything to do with it being Venice versus Glendale is the other place I go, and I think Glendale's still healthy, right? But when I go shopping at the Glendale one, I'm not like applauding the people's shopping carts. Everybody there eats like regular, normal. You can their shopping carts match their body size, if you understand what I'm saying. So if like you want to do better, you will. If you wanted to, you will. And that's something my dad has told me and it has stuck with me. My dad has given me so many good fucking sayings to live by. If somebody wanted to, they would. And apply that to everything. If a man liked you and wanted to be with you, he would. You know? If you're fucking... If anybody wanted to, they would. If somebody wanted to kill you, they motherfucking would. So... if it's not that, then it's a fucking game, and just go on about your life and don't stress about it. Don't sweat it. If they wanted to, they absolutely would. They can try. They can try all they want. That's what pattern recognition and being able to understand what is going on, what's real versus what's fake. That's why that's important, because I realize there are people out there who want to and they're trying, but they're failing miserably because they're trying to do it legally. And they're trying to make it look like it's natural or it's me, or it's the mold, or they're trying to portray me as a fucking slimy, grimy individual. The name Grimy Gremlin, right? The name Grimy Gremlin, and I've said this before, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I have to make sure that it's known, and I have to make sure that I remember to post this video. The name Grimy Gremlin came from a bicycle rider, or so I believe, who came onto my Instagram page quite a while ago and left a comment calling me Gremlin. And instead of having a knee-jerk reaction, it was a troll. It was very much similar to the people who are in the hallway trying to get me to react. So in a very similar manner, instead of reacting badly to it, cussing them out, or just being a bitch about it, I let them know I actually like the name Gremlin. It reminds me of Gizmo. Gizmo's super cute. Don't get them wet after midnight. And what that reminded me of, it was cute. It's nostalgic. So I went with it and I put Grimy Gremlin together. That's the name that I made. Because somebody thought that they were going to make fun of me. And that's what I was thinking about today. I'm really good at roasting people. I love it. I'll roast a motherfucker so good. And I think that's where we were at today. Where I got to just roast people for fun. But it's not bully. It's not intended to be bully. It's intended, take it back. It's twofold. It's intended to be bully to the bullies. So when people come around me and think that they are going to say things to upset me, that they are going to be just rude, like for no reason to me, I read them for filth. So what that means is, first thing you do, you look at their body size. Oh, no wonder you're talking shit. You're insecure. Your insecurities are speaking so loudly that you want to come over here and try to make me feel insecure too, and you're not going to be successful at it. Then what else? Where else do we go from there? Because I don't want to reveal my insecurities or tell people how motherfucking my shit's going. So I don't attack people in that manner. I just repeat back to them what it is that they are screaming, what they are projecting. So for instance, I don't ever like calling people ugly or talking about them not having good physical features or looks, right? Today, because of how it is that they control my brainwaves and shit, they can put messages into my head, but those messages are just their own projections. So today I called a bitch ugly, and that's out of character for me because I don't want to be called ugly, so I'm not going to go around calling people ugly. And what I believe it was really her own projections. I believe that she has been called ugly by someone or thinks she's ugly or has low self-esteem about her looks. And that is what caused what caused it to seem like it was me. Excuse me. What caused it to seem like it was me calling her ugly. I'm not calling you ugly, bitch. I don't care what you look like. I know I'm beautiful, and that's all that matters, and I'm not comparing myself to you. But if you want to compare yourself to me, maybe that was her trying to call me ugly, and it does not land. Her calling me ugly does not land. You could call me, you used to be able to call me fat. I'm not fat. Not necessarily fat, but there's so many things that you can call me, and I'll just accept it and not have anything bad to say back to you because it's like it is what it is. But ugly is not one of them. So I don't know where ugly came from unless that's a thought that she had about herself or me. She might be calling me ugly, but I really don't think so. I think maybe it was like a comparison. I don't know. I feel beautiful, so it's not no amount of motherfucking name calling that you can do that will make me feel ugly. And hold on, we're almost back to on. I just got my drink ready. It might have been soap in my cup still, but I'd rather have soap than no soap. So, my soap also has bleach in it. So, I don't know that, like, man, every day it gets creepier in this bitch, you know? So, what I was saying earlier, here we go, camera's back on. My phone's overheating, so I think that means that the stalkers are tapping into my shit. And whatchamacallit? What this is, kombucha, I don't know which one. Should I go find out for you? I will, just so you guys can find out. It is, where did I just put that? Ooh, raspberry, blueberry, oolong tea. Superfood. You want to hear the ingredients? Here, let's read them. Brewed tea, water, currants, green tea, elderberry, hibiscus. That's why it's so fucking good. Oolong tea, blueberry, goji berry, strawberry, raspberry, cane sugar, live kombucha culture, yeast bacteria, organic. This shit, oh my gosh, and it's on sale right now. I think it was $8 for 6 of them, which means that it's cheaper than your motherfucking Gatorade bullshit. It's cheaper than just about, it's less than $2 a drink. So it's on sale right now because they're trying to get you hooked so that you buy this shit all the time, and I probably will because it is that good. The rosemary shit, I don't know. I drank the rosemary one, and I feel like the next day all my gray hairs had grown like 10 inches. I picked them all out. It may be making me grow more gray hairs. The rosemary one is no fucking joke, and it works. Rosemary works. Make your hair grow. My hair never used to grow. Rosemary makes your hair grow quick. The hibiscus. Holy shit. I'm a huge fan of hibiscus now too. If you go in and look and see what these things do for you, they're like cleansing your liver and shit. They're cleansing my liver, my kidneys. This is the reason the mold's not working. Kombucha, motherfucker, is gonna save my life. I'm gonna do some research right now and see if all those ingredients help mold toxin, mold poisoning. Because if so, I gotta go get a whole nother refrigerator or something, because motherfucker, I got a little half-size fucking bitch-ass refrigerator. I wish I had a full-size one. If there's problems with this one, that's what's next. So, yeah, I'm not moving. When people are like, why don't you just move? Why don't you just move, Luke Skywalker? Are you going to get $7 million or whatever if you make me move? That's stupid. Pay for my move, right? I'm not paying for a move. I'll pay to clean because I have to clean regardless. Whether my shit is here or at a new apartment, cleaning supplies are necessary. So everything I got today was necessary. I got hydrogen peroxide, isopropyl alcohol, dish soap because my dish soap's running low, and vinegar. And all of those things are all known to kill mold. I already have Pine Sol. So we're just going to have a big old fucking cleaning party every fucking day until they decide to fix this shit. Yeah, that's all I can do. And I think it's funny if it is the same girl, if it is the same girl who had her apartment. They forced her to clean that shit. I remember her cleaning in the hallway out of force. They put a letter on her door and said, clean your fucking dirty ass up. And she had so much shit, she had to sit there with the door open so she could put her shit away. Or maybe she just wanted everybody to see how messy her ass was, so maybe they would move, or I don't know. But they've had to go in there and clean her apartment out for her before. Right now, I want to say that they took her cats away. They took her cats away because her cats are sick, I think, from living in that place. Every time she opens her door, it makes people sick. So when I got home today, and she tries to do it when I'm entering. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But what it seems like is they do it whenever I enter or exit the building. And normally they do that. They'll open their door when I'm entering or exiting. So I'm forced to walk by their stink ass. And then normally another, what I would consider a confidential informant, will walk past. And then that's the person who says that I'm stinky. They're fake. My eyes are contacts. It's contacts. My eyes are shit brown. So it's nice. They are nice. Thank you. I can say thank you. It's nice to say thank you to my eye doctor. Bitch, I gotta find a hibiscus tea somewhere. Motherfucker. A hibiscus every day, all day. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with hibiscus. And then, so when I was walking through Venice today, it makes you realize, like, tourist prices. I probably shouldn't go there too often, especially considering the moldiness. Like, I have to do my best to make sure I'm not contributing to other people's issues, which is why I'm not going to be going to indoor spaces so much. But if I'm going places that are outside, I don't feel bad about it. But there are certain places that I can't avoid, like Home Depot, fucking Costco. It's the only places I really can go that I do go. And whatchamacallit, there was a lady in there. There's two ladies in there today that came off as very predatory and having knowledge of the network. And one of the ladies presented as if she didn't care about knowing about the mold issue. Like, everybody else today avoided me because I think that they are smart and they understand how fucking toxic and contagious this shit is. So a lot of people avoided me out of their own protection, right? I still could tell that they're part of the network of harassers, but they did not get into my personal space because they don't want black mold. And I would say that is very wise, considering I wish you guys would have seen what my ankle looked like by the time I got to the food court. And I said, that was not there when I took a shower this morning. It's just like a little crusty pad on my ankle. And supposedly mold is not supposed to root in your skin. So we'll see. I don't know if that's what this is. Supposedly mold is not supposed to root in your skin. So maybe I just need to scrub a little harder or something. I don't know. But that's where my glasses sit. I haven't worn my glasses in weeks. So that shouldn't be there. I should have no mark right there. And I was out in the sun today. Oh my gosh, Josh is back. You're not even close to, somebody got a good one here. Let's go back. Somebody who didn't tell me I need to calm down. Get off my page. You need to calm down. You need to get off my page. Whatchamacallit? You need more bullshit at your place. I'm trying to come over. That's my favorite one. Should I pin that one? That motherfucker, he probably gets pussy. Not mine, but I'm just saying. That guy's funny. Not so predatory. Like bitches hand that shit to him instead of him having to take it, versus other people who are like, you need to calm down. Motherfucker gets no pussy. There's a difference, right? This shit's funny as fuck. Josh, so you need to get up on your game. I don't want to hear about your fucking bathroom or your lotion. Like, you're weirdo. Talk to the other guy and see if he could teach you some fucking game. Get schooled. Right? Make bitches laugh. Don't make them fucking hate you. God damn. And if you can, carry their fucking vinegar up the stairs for them. Shit. While they clean their little mold spore ass apartment. Because, I don't know. If I gotta do all this shit myself, I don't need a man. I don't need to release either. I had a Theragun and I used to use that very well. No. And I release when I need to. I don't need to talk about it on here because that's what you apparently came to listen for. You should go to like somebody's OnlyFans page or whatever. That's weirdo. Oh, want to talk about weirdos I saw today? Let me see if I can remember the weirdos I saw today. Do you want to hear more stalker journal entries? Here, we can do stalker journal entries. Let's see. I don't necessarily trust where the mail has been, so that doesn't get to go on my couch. My notebooks were in mold spore buggy, so those are not going to go on the couch. Those are going to stay on top of diatomaceous earth pads until I turn on the UV light enough to fucking feel comfortable putting that shit somewhere. Whatchamacallit? I have receipts that I put in my purse, so I'm going to take those off the couch. Only thing on my couch, motherfucking screwdriver, so I could fix my motherfucking cube that I use to get in and out of my house that they like to play with so bad. That went on diatomaceous earth pad. They're cup holders. You want to see them? They're really cool. This shit. So these things, they remove moisture from the air, is just what I'm guessing, right? I can swing it around like this, and this does almost as good as a fucking dehumidifier. In addition to that, as soon as you put a drink that has condensation on it, it evaporates. It spreads throughout the whole thing and evaporates off. So I do not have anything causing additional mold in my apartment. So Drake needs to come and fix this shit. But anyways, as I explained to you how I don't cross-contaminate my apartment, which is the reason why I don't have a bunch of fucking mold in here. It's going to take a long time for that to take over my shit. And the more shit it takes over, the more I get rid of, the worse it is for you guys. Like, after she tried to come and say that she thinks that the issue is the stagnant air, today I've been in and out of the little clothing staging area that I have that had to be created after discovering I had mold. Like I said, everything's on casters. So I just pulled it out and I looked at the ground, and the ground in there, the wood floor in there is actually cleaner than the rest of my floor, because the rest of my floor actually gets walked on. So the wood floor underneath my loft storage bed is pretty much untouched. That's the cleanest part of my apartment. So I really don't know what they're trying to say is my fault. If a mold spore enters my apartment from the hallway, you need to clean the building and you need to fix my plumbing, because the mold in the building combined with the leaky plumbing, combined with overflowing my bathtub, combined with flooding from above, combined with leaky walls, moldy walls. It may be dry today. Do you know why? Because my dehumidifier is on 35%. that shit's never going to stay wet if it's a slow leak. Fix that shit. It will never stay wet, but it's always going to look soggy or mushy because the water comes through onto my end, but it's getting dried. The dehumidifier I have will dry 3,000 square feet. That's this entire floor. If I leave my door open and put that in a more central place, I could dry out every single apartment on my floor. Get the fuck out of here with this my fault. And not only talk about airflow, the dehumidifier has fans or air induction on 3 of the sides. There's air that's flowing through there, bitch. Get out of here with that. There's a portion of my apartment I'll take responsibility for, but the airflow had to be cut off because the amount of dust, I'm like, this is too much dust. I'm going to put a curtain up over it so that my clothes don't get dusty. Put the curtain up, now they're moldy. It's not dust, that's mold. That's why it's moldy. That's not dust. Dust doesn't come back and come back and come back like that. That's mold. So they need to come and fix this. Especially if I've been complaining about it since 2022 when I first noticed, like, hey, that's an awful lot of dust. It's an awful lot of dust. They just overflowed my apartment. I have a hole in my ceiling now that's been open for 2 weeks. I wonder why all my shit's turning funny colors. So I wore a pair of white shorts out today to see how clean the inside of my apartment is, right? Because humidity was over 50% in certain places. And I would say that the only thing that showed to have mold is the motherfucking shoes. And it's really crazy that the shoes did, because the shoes right now are in a covered compartment, so there's no dust actually getting onto them. And before that, they were in their original shoebox, which is a pretty common thing for most everybody to have. So how come I can't just have shoes in a shoebox and not have mold? So you need to clean that shit up, right? Each day you guys don't do something, my apartment gets cleaner and cleaner, and it's going to become harder and harder for you to blame this shit on me, especially knowing that 2 of these apartments have already started or are in the process of being remediated or otherwise cleaned out. So it's not hard to find those records. If I request those records before I fucking die, you guys have to pay for this shit, and I'm coming after your ass on fucking civil rights shit. I'm Black and Japanese. This is a hate crime. Double hate crime. Bumblebee, I'm the worst for you guys to fuck with. As far as racism is concerned, I am the worst person to be targeted or attacked. Because should this not go the way that you guys are intending or thinking that it's going to go, I'm going to be a millionaire because of you. If that's what you want, I don't care to have a bunch of money. I'm not hanging on to this apartment to become a millionaire. But if it's a possibility, why not? I'm hanging on to this apartment as a principle, you cannot forcefully evict people. You cannot force biological weapons on people and force them to move so that you don't have to pay to fix their apartment. Regardless of whether I live here or not, you have to fix that shit, and you're trying not to. You're trying to just have someone else move in here so you can target and stalk and harass them until death, and you're just going to try to keep repeating that cycle over and over again. And I am going to stay here to make sure that doesn't happen. You're going to have to do it at one of your other buildings or in one of your other apartments. So that's my next question. In the event that I end up missing or dead, can you please do an investigation into Drake Real Estate and find out how many people have died inside of their buildings, right? I believe there has to be a public record of deaths inside of the property. Like, they have to at least tell the new tenant that somebody died in this apartment. In addition, to deaths. I want to know how many of those people who died have had identities stolen or money stolen from like retirement savings or other accounts. Um, because if I can prove those two things, this is a RICO conspiracy. Everybody that's fucking harassed me, everybody that I posted on my fucking YouTube page, they're going down. And that's exactly what I wanted. Today, this bitch keeps calling me motherfucking sweetie. And I'm wearing a mask. I don't want to talk to you. I wear the mask so that I don't have to look at your ass. You don't get any eye contact. We're not friends. Stop calling me sweetie. Stop trying to make people think that we're friends. Bitch knows we're not friends. You're trying to get a reaction out of me. So here's your reaction. I want you to look it up. I'll also look it up as well. But that's sexual. You are sexually harassing me because I have made it obvious I don't want to speak with you or talk to you. And you continually call me sweetie, and there's nothing sweet about me knowing you. So, you miss me with that bullshit. Sweetie. Get away from me. I'm not going to. It is the male lending woman. It's the I believe transgender. I don't know what they want to be called. But they are trying to make it look like I'm harassing them, and I support transgender people. Right? Because you can turn a whole group that's a whole group of people that would hate you real bad if they found out that you were aggressive towards them, and I support them. I went to school with someone who maybe where this has started that narrative that I dislike transgender people. I had to remove them from my Facebook because I didn't want to see their Facebook posts every day. It's nothing to do with not liking them. That was my first experience with a transgender person, and more of the feeling that I had was I wanted to know why. What makes you want to be a woman instead of a man? And like, you may not be able to answer. You may be able to answer. I don't think it's necessarily a question that I can ask you. I'm not allowed to because of like maybe laws or restrictions. But if there was any impressions that they got from me, uh, if they're going off of like micro expressions, it wasn't dislike. It was just like, why? What makes you want to be a lady instead of a man? Like, your life as a man, was it not okay? Did you want to be like this I have so many questions for you. And I ended up really liking the person. Like their work ethic, there was nothing wrong with them. I have nothing to complain about, nothing to say, nothing bad to say. The only thing that I wanted to do was cut their fucking hair. I wanted to cut their hair because it was male hair. It's man's hair. Man's hair and women's hair are different, and I wanted to give it shape so it looked more female. If you want to be a lady, bitch, I'll help you. So, don't come at me with the fucking sexual harassment, girl. I support people who, like, you're some of my favorite people because you can be honest with who you are. So you trying to get me to look like I'm harassing you is never going to work, because I support neurodivergent people. I support openly gay people. I can't say I don't support closet gays. I want to encourage closet gays to come out, because I feel like as long as you're in the closet, you're going to be hurting people. If you're in the closet and you're dating a woman, you're hurting her, because eventually she's going to find out, she's going to be mad about it. So, I would like to encourage people to embrace who they are and come out and fly your fucking freak flag. If you're flying your freak flag, it's less likely that you're going to do shit that hurts people because you're not hiding it. You get it? If you don't have to hide shit, if you get to be honest, that's fucking happy. Some of my favorite people are motherfucking gay people. They are funny. They are fabulous. They have confidence that's untouchable. And I feel like I could get along with it. Like, it's the same. As long as you don't mind straight people, we're fine. Maybe I'm not even straight. Maybe I'm bisexual. But I don't think I'm bisexual. I think that any of my encounters with females has been because of other men. It's been at the request of a man. So I would not consider myself gay. I'm not in the closet. I think everyone is attractive. And I want to say that a lot of people that are in the closet are evil. Males specifically. Closet females, not so much, because You could tell a gay bitch. I could tell a gay bitch in the closet. Easy. They spend too much time looking at me. Like, bitch, you literally have a boyfriend right there and you're staring at me. Why? Um, I think that's awful. What else I think is awful when you see couples that are out and about and one or both are holding their cell phones. What are you together for? Is your job so important? What are you together for? If you got to hold your phone, you guys are supposed to be out walking together, having a good time. You might be holding hands and each one of you on your other hand is staring at your cell phone. That's not a relationship. Not a relationship I would want to be in. That's unhappiness. What are you guys looking for? Not each other. You're right there and you're not looking at each other. You're looking at your phone. Doom scrolling ass. That's weird to me. So improve your relationships and don't worry about mine. Mines are fine. If I want to talk to people, I can. They may not want to talk to me. That's on them. So going more back to these people that are stalking me and what I think that it's doing to them versus what they think it's doing to me. They think that they're playing with my cognitive abilities. Damn, this is so good. Oh, I also added pineapple, lemon, ginger juice, I think it is. A little bit. It's extra probiotic-y. It's for my gut health since there's so many fucking bugs in the environment. There's like flies and larvae. Every time I open my door, I expose myself to the nastiness that's outside. I think that may be why they open their door, little stink-ass apartment. And by opening their door, it's not only spores, there's flies that come out that end up in the hallway. I have to open my door. Their flies end up in my house, depending on if I've taken my trash out or if I have food out, if I have any kind of fruit. But these are not fruit flies. These are like spider monkey flies. They hang on to the surfaces and they don't move when you walk. Fruit flies move when you walk next to them, or fruit flies are like little flinchy flies. These are not flies that are scared of anything. They just sit there until they die. It's really nasty. And I don't know what they're attracted to in my apartment, but they're just here. So maybe it's the mold. Maybe they came to eat the mold. So yeah, this gets more interesting every day. Every day there's a new fucking discovery. I'm afraid to put my foot on my couch because I don't want my couch to contract the mold that grew up my leg. So we're going to sit here. We'll probably add some more actual tea tree oil to it. But tea tree oil, depending on how much you use, my cat is not supposed to be around it. There's a lot of essential oils that I'm not supposed to have around my cat. But those same essential oils get rid of all the fucking weirdo shit in here. So my cat has not been the happiest having to stay in her crate. But she does have some safe areas in here. Semi-safe because there is quite a bit of mold. Yeah. Supposedly these people got my entire floor wet. That may have been what all that black stuff is. Well, when it was before I had cameras up, around the time that I had to go to Hawaii because of this it was a forced time off for mental health. I had a short-term disability and I left work for, it was like 2 months, I think it was. And I don't know if during that time they came in, just before or whatever, but I do know when I got back and I was cleaning my apartment, the amount of soot, nasty, gritty, grimy stuff on the floor that caused my feet to be black. Like right now my feet are kind of gray, but I think it has something to do with them being on top of the diatomaceous earth mat that's right by my feet right now. And it's not necessarily dirt, it's like diatomaceous earth. If you know what diatomaceous earth is, it's like little creatures, like prehistoric creatures that are sharp enough to puncture critters. Did I take my earring out? I did. Isn't that crazy? The things you do and you don't fucking recall. I'm on automatic. It is hard to be a target individual, but not really. If you just continue to live your life like you don't hear these motherfuckers, it's fine. Oh, so let's talk about what happened this morning. That's what I was getting to do. We're going to do a journal reading right now. So all the harassment is designed to slow me down. If it's not going to make me angry, it's because I've started writing about it in my journal. Every time that I see one of the motherfucking stalker weirdo people, weird energy people holding their phone crooked with their broke ass wrist hand, I stop and write about it because I'm supposed to detail every person that I believe to be a confidential informant, so that on the day when I do get to go to court, I can say, on August 8th, 2026, at 11:02 a.m., we're going to go back. Name, date, place, and time. I have to record that. But their network is so large, it's really hard to do that because it's like they send them in like stacked up 5 at a time. So if I were to sit down and write about every single one of those, I wouldn't ever get to do what I had planned to do. So we'll go back to August 7th, 6:45 a.m. Stalker. Oh, we already read that one. That was when I tried to go on a walk on Friday without being bothered. They had someone come and bother me. But they didn't bother me to the point where it was bothersome. I just let them keep walking. And I held up my anti-gang stalker, gang stalking journals to make sure that any video that they have for the apartment rental company, they are sure to see that there was no communication. It's not a hostile environment. I don't want to be in the hallway with you and you seem to make it happen every time. You make it happen. So I stand back while you walk past and be stupid. And you sit there and you try to make conversation with me. And once you realize somebody doesn't want to talk to you, just keep fucking walking and don't ever talk to them again. Just be like, just figure it out. That bitch does not want to talk to me. So, right? There's one girl. That's why I said, at least you have a higher IQ than the rest of them and you don't continue to try to fucking talk to me. There's one girl smarter than the rest of them. Child predator. Oh, 8/8/26, 10:54 a.m. Child predator. 415 tattoo on back neck. Walk past ominously. The reason I say child predator is because I know where that guy lives. And I know where that guy lives because I've seen him get out of his truck before and go in and out of a particular apartment. Maybe he lives there, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but I have associated, I believe it's like a silver color Z71 Chevy Silverado with the apartment and his tattoo and him. So that's why tattoos are stupid. Child predator, 415 tattoo on back neck, walk past ominously. I know he lives on this street and drives a nice Silverado or other Chevy truck. I think it's a Z71. Sneaky apartment, second abatement. That's my next note. At that time, I realized, I believe that's that apartment's second abatement or maybe remediation. It needs to be remediation. If it's not, then they're just fucking covering up a shit show. Here we go again. 8/8/26, 11:02 a.m. Based on the people following me, I have reason to believe they are child predators who have been able to avoid registering because they have agreed to be part of the confidential informant program. And I wrote this because there was a lady with a crooked wrist, right? Kind of heavier set lady. Reminds me of people with low self-esteem, the type of people that would prey on children. The type of people that would like to, because I watched this thing on child predators last night, and it was like a 50-year-old man talking to a 13-year-old, what he suspected to be a 13-year-old boy. And just the context of the conversation, the manner in which he talked, the tone he used, everything about it, it's super creepy to know that there's people out there that prey on children that do that, right? And it reminded me of how nasty AOL is. I was a kid who was in those chat rooms. I was a kid who got sexted at a young age, started sexting at a very young age. And watching this child predator shit reminded me of all of that. Like, I remember sexting, with guys who are they just want to know what the fuck it is that a little kid is doing. What are you wearing? What color panties are you wearing? And I remember answering stupid fucking questions about that. So when I see these people, I'm like, that bitch motherfucking likes little kids. And based on the way she keeps walking past me and holding her phone, she's a predator. But at least what she did, at least on the way back, the least that she fucking did that lets me know maybe she has hope is she picked her fucking dog up because it was more than 70 degrees outside. So on the way back when she walked past me, she picked her dog up so her dog was not walking. It made me so angry today to see people out walking their dog at the beach and it's like 80, 90 degrees. I don't know how hot. It wasn't that hot. The beach maybe is over 76. 76 degrees room temp, like air temperature is like I think it's 100 degrees, 120 degrees on the ground. Your dog should not be walking, right? It may be less than like 90, 95, 96, but still, regardless, your dog, if it's over 76 degrees outside, do not fucking walk your dog without shoes on. I seen one couple who had shoes for one dog and the other dog didn't have them. Maybe the other dog doesn't mind, right? You can tell if an animal minds. So I saw at least 2 animals that were pulley, and I believe that their pulley was because they didn't want to be walking on the hot fucking asphalt. And they were small enough to be picked up, but the owners just had them walking. There was at least one dog that I saw that maybe they just don't feel it. They got enough fur on the bottom of their feet, or they're not heavy enough for it to be a problem, right? So I'm not judging that owner because the dog didn't exhibit body language like it was in pain, but there were at least 2 dogs that I think should have been picked up today. So the lady gets kudos for fucking picking up her dog on the way back, trying to hold her phone funny, but everything else about her lends towards child predator. And between her and the man, like how close they wanted to get to my my car after I got in it and started my car, they seemed very predator themselves. It was her and the 415 tattoo neck guy, and he walked. So because I know where he lives at, he walked up and down there 3 times at least, right? The first time I saw him, he was walking back towards where he lives. The second time I saw him, he was walking away from where he lives. So that means he had to go back one more time. Maybe he forgot something. I don't know. But I have reason to believe that that is a predator. At least somebody in the program that was sent to stalk me. I don't know what 415 is. I don't care to look it up. Maybe the area code of where he's from. Maybe the gang that he's in. I don't know. But that guy, and he has on those fucking gate headphone, fucking weirdo headphone shits. It might have been the Apple headphones, but the Apple headphones were designed to look like the Gate Kid headphones. So, there you go. There's that connection, Apple and Gate. Because I remember the only thing that the Apple headphones are missing is that curly fucking cord that connects them to the fucking computer. I did a lot of hearing testing in Gate. It was like almost strictly hearing testing, and I want to say written tests or like examples of fucking complex problems. Let's see, child predators who have been able to avoid registering because they have agreed to be part of the confidential program. These are people who actively pursue and seek out chances to harass and control people, including kids, who are powerless against them. They can't steal my power, and that's how I have been lucky enough to encounter them. They are your everyday, ordinary people. They're people that you see that work for like Caltrans, or I don't want to put Caltrans out there, but they're what I'm saying is these people work in jobs everywhere. They may be working at Chipotle, they work at Costco, they work, wherever. Is normal ass people that are all part of this program. I know. Rip Tassia Fortune. If they wanted to, they would. She's in a place where there's a whole lot of racist people. She would not be able to escape that. There's too many racist people around her. I may not be able to escape it. That may be my fate. I don't care. I know whatever I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get DNA. If you guys want to come at me like that, I'm going to get your DNA. Boardwalk has only a couple. That's why my nails are long. Boardwalk has only a couple few stalker types who hold phone funny style. This was at 3:11 p.m., so I had enough time to walk through the entire car show, and my thoughts about it are uh, people who, not to say that the car show people are criminals. I'm gonna give you my reason why I don't think that they're criminals. I think that car show people are special interest people. They don't necessarily entertain fucked up shit because they're too busy with their special interest. For you to restore a car to the condition that some of these cars are in, for you to drive around in a car, and for you to have knowledge of a car, for you to show up at a car show with an interest in cars is special interest. Other people are just going there like, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? I'm like, that's a 454 motherfucking round fucking air filtered fucking whatever, air induction on that shit. Like, um, I don't know. There's like patina paint. You don't understand patina paint. People who actually purposely, intentionally make their cars rusty. Really nicely restored vinyl seats by upholstery companies. Like, somebody there has this fucking heavy ass duty motherfucking sewing machine and is tasked to put together seats that look perfect, better than the motherfucking manufacturer. Like, that is it's enjoying craftsmanship and hard work. People like that don't go around fucking up other people's shit, right? Because they consider their own shit and they're like, oh my gosh, I did not spend all this time for this motherfucker to come over here and fuck my shit up. So, with the knowledge of my situation, I did as best as I could to stay away from as many of the cars that may have been put at risk of contracting mold. But I do also understand most of those cars are stored in climate controlled environments for them to be that fucking nice. Climate controlled environments, or the motherfucker's gonna go home and clean that shit immediately. So, um, and if you are watching this and you know somebody who has a car that was at the car show today, tell them to fucking, if they saw me anywhere near their car, go clean that shit. Like, really do it. I understand mold is existent in nature, but I don't know if black toxic mold is, and I'm not trying to do that to anybody. Right? I had to keep my distance as much as I could, especially if I saw somebody with cloth seats. Like, vinyl seats, it's easier for them to clean that shit up. But if I saw any cars with fucking clothy cloth seats, I tried my best to stay as far away from them as I could. Um, and then, yeah, I also have to, like, you're at the beach, right? Convertibles, it's okay. That's UVC. You're getting UV light on that motherfucker all the time. You're gonna drive out of here. That mold spore, if it got on there, is gonna fly off. So, they're like, I'm able to fucking function and live. Please don't be mad at me. There's a lot of people out there with mold that are embarrassed of it or hiding it. I will tell you straight the fuck up, because I'm not the cause of it. I know how to clean it. I went out today and I got everything I need to clean up anything I need. So, um, you're not gonna make me the fucking dirty one. Mm-mm. Right? Watching that shit. Oh my gosh. In Costco. Let's talk about the two girls in Costco. Venice today was much different than Hollywood. We'll talk about all of this. Okay. So, going to check my mail. My mail's near where I live. I could probably have walked to the mailbox in the same amount of time that it took to drive. That's how many cars there were out trying to get in my way. And the reason I say get in my way, because this is an average weekend day. It's never that much traffic. But all these people go out and they're trying to slow me down. Every single corner, there's people like looking to see if they can get a reaction from me. They're trying to report which direction I'm going so they can have more people get in my way. So today it was kind of a little bit of a crazy, hectic drive to the post office, because I was trying my best to avoid as many of those people as possible. And then I was able to go to the post office. I sat in my car next to a girl in a white Subaru. It was a hatchback, who looked as if she had access to my brainwaves. And she was real smirky when she first saw me, like she looked like she was so happy that she was going to get paid. She wanted to report my position, what outfit I was wearing, and take a picture of me or whatever. And she looked really smirky. But as I continued to read her for filth, her smirk, and I put my cell phone in an airplane bag, or in airplane mode and in the Faraday bag, Her smirk very quickly changed to like a frown. She didn't look so happy anymore. She looked like she wasn't going to get paid. Maybe that's just me, like, I don't know, reading into things too much, but that's kind of what it looked like. She looked like, damn. And the reason I say that is because it doesn't take that long. If you have a P.O. box there, it doesn't take that long to run in and go get it. Like, most people who go to the post office, baseline is you go in, you go there, you park, you go in, you go out. Nobody wants to sit in the fucking parking lot of the post office and just hang out. And it looked like that's what this bitch was doing. So she was there when I got out my car to go check my post office box. She was there when I walked back. It wasn't until after I got back into my car that she actually got out of her car to go back into the post office. So I don't know what her business there was, but just watching her micro expressions and her facial expressions, she leans towards child predator to me. Not normal fucking behavior for the post office. And I have reason to believe that she is a stalker. If you caught my brainwaves earlier today, I said her license plate out loud, and I think that's also what made her face change. When she realized like all these things. And then I proceeded to avoid interaction with any person who wanted to hold the door open for me and force me to say thank you, because I'm not thankful for the motherfucking predators around me. Nope. Your energy is awful, and you could walk in and out of that door by yourself, and we're not exchanging words because I don't communicate with predators or criminals. So, nope, not me. Somebody, I feel like they're out there trying to say that I shouldn't communicate with myself. I'm not a predator or a criminal. Like what's her name said, if I have priors, I would like for you to tell me about them. Tell me about them. Tell me in these fucking comments. I got enough people on here in the comments to tell me about whatever shit it is that somebody told you that I'm doing. Wait, you can carry black mold? You definitely can carry black mold. And what I mean by you can carry black mold is it's a spore. It lands on your clothes. So let's say I have black mold land on my shirt and I'm wearing this shirt like from inside my house. So here's another thing. I have inside my house clothes. I have outside my house clothes. The second I get inside my house, I wash up like I'm a doctor. I'll scrub up to my shoulders. If I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt or a tank top, I scrub up to my shoulders with bleach soapy water, bleach fucking dish soap water. And then today, my legs, because I was wearing shorts, I did the same thing with my feet because my feet touched the ground. My feet may have accidentally hit the stairs where I know that there's mold spores. And so I wash everything, my feet and my hands, so that I am not mixing the outside spores from the building in my apartment. And then I will proceed to go about what it was that I had to do. So today I scrubbed down like a doctor, including paper towels, soapy water on my legs from my knees down to my ankles, the bottoms of my feet. And then I took the stuff off my shopping cart, put my food and belongings away. I had to make sure I stayed in my outside clothes because I was going to go back outside to take the trash out. So that's why I'm thinking about my Petri dish skirt, because I didn't get to jump in the shower right away. I had to walk past it 4, 5, 6 times and let my sweaty shoulder, even though I had washed it with the soapy water, my sweaty shoulder hit the skirt 3, 4, 5 times. And I almost want to say I can already see the upper part of it kind of browning instead of white. But I'm hoping that's not the case. If that's the case, the motherfucking mold in this building is bad and they have to move everybody out, or they're really trying to kill me, which I also think is a possibility. So if that little mold sporelina fucking Petri dish skirt turns into fucking moldness, I'm sending pictures of that to the rental company, and then I'm going to ask an attorney to accuse them of fucking attempted murder. So that's it. We're judging how the skirt turns out. Because it's not just me in here, it's also my cat, and my cat goes into more little secret areas than I know of, and she's possibly exposed to way more black mold than I am. So that's just visible. That's just out in the open. That's open air. That's pretty much the center of my apartment, which means that the mold would be everywhere. So another thing I'm going to do in order to protect my health, I'm going to turn on these are my UVC lights. I have one in the window that is near the exhaust for my air conditioner. So hopefully, if there's any spores that are actually making it out of my apartment through the exhaust of my air conditioner, the UV light will get them before they get anywhere else. And then I have one in front of the air conditioner when the air conditioner is blowing the air at me, so that it's not just blowing fucking mold air into this side of my apartment. Um, and then whatever areas that that light hits, uh, so be it. So I will be relocating them to go into my closet before I go and start cleaning in the area where I believe there to be black mold in the underspace that is my closet. But I'm also trying to wait for the county to come and test so they can get. It's a motherfucking. I have already tested. I'm sure that those tests are coming back with the results that I suspect. So, um, it's not it's not anything for me to worry about. Once I have the test and they don't do anything about it, that is attempted murder because they're not fixing it. Right? They're just lucky that I still can think. Look at my baby. Hello. She could be mold spore. So she right now, because of where her little hidey place is, her paws might have mold spores on them. Her fur, she might be eating it. Look at how pretty and cute she is. Right? She doesn't look like how she normally. She's not her normal happy self. So, my biggest concern is little booty. Right? Look at her. She just loves me. She's trying to tell me something right now. What do you need? What do you need, girly? Meow? You're hungry? Okay. I will get you food. You want food right now? Meow? Now. She said now. I gotta go. My cat's hungry. I'll talk to you later.